And very good evening to all of you in Delhi. Today happens to be the 200th day of the calendar year. I mean, just some figures to start with. An interesting day. We had a very good session in Mumbai, which was packed by power monsoon. And I think Amir, I just returned from Mumbai this morning, and it's been still raining. So Delhi is yet to receive its share of rain. But coming on to this topic, very interesting topic, as Amir said. I just wanted to set the stage and open the floor for the discussions on this topic, MDM Walk the Talk. But before that, just a few things about uh, some thought-provoking thoughts in each of your minds as we can have a meaningful discussion this evening. The marvel of human body and design was not appreciated till the time the complexities of DNA was discovered or appreciated. And if you look at it, how 7 billion people across the world in different cultures, cities, how we still live in the same world. Today in IT, we are not that different. When you talk about confluence of different technologies, which is Web 2.0, SOA, 4G, LTE, M2M, all of it, we are talking about close to 450 billion transactions, which are going to happen per day in the next few years. And I mean, which is all going to lead into mass consumerization of IT. That is the world we are all belonging to as IT industry. Now, moving on, I thought I'll just take a few of the 10 key drivers in the telco market from the recent TM Forum direction. And not going too much into detail, but what you will figure out is that the focus is moving towards enterprise mobility management. That's the key focus which the TM Forum also directed for the CSP telco market. And you can see it's all about mobile and things being managed from mobile, whether it is machine to machine or mobile money or social networking. Very interestingly, the employees today are becoming more productive when the organizations allow them to bring their own device, that is BYOD. And it's very simple, something what you are confident of, comfortable of, just extend that to your workplace. This also eventually is helping the CFOs and the ops heads because it is reducing the capex costs in the organization. So let's discuss something about around these points as well. Now, when you look at BYOD strategy as a security concern for CIOs, it's some of the statistics which I just downloaded this morning. There are about 52% of all info workers which are using over 3 devices for work. 1 out of 4 devices are used for mobile, creating unique security risks. And so on. I mean, this is becoming a big challenge for the CIOs and also the CISOs in every organization. Now, from 45% in 2010 to 68% at the year ending 2012, you can see how the trend is progressing on BYOD, and Amir just shared some Gartner figures as well. This actually growing at a faster pace than it grew in the first 2 years. Today, on the devices, the bigger concern which is being addressed is all about applications. So it's going to be an app world. And what you see is by 2016, average number of mobile app downloads will be over 44 billion. If you look at even today, there are more than 41 average number of apps per device. I mean, when I was going through these figures, I looked at my iPad and I said how many apps I have, because we don't realize how many apps we keep on downloading. I have 58 apps already on my iPad, whether it is airline bookings, whether it is movie bookings, whether it is Airtel app, or so on. We've got 58 apps on my iPad already. I've been not mentioning the games and social networking apps as well. I mean, over 120,000 cell phones are lost annually in Chicago taxi cabs. And I mean, relating that back to India, whether you talk about Delhi auto or cabs or Mumbai local trains, what we discussed in Mumbai, the figures will be at least 4 to 5 times than Chicago itself. And one of the things what we discussed in Mumbai was that the innovation in our country is governed by social, cultural, and political behaviors. These three factors drive the innovation of our country. And we need to make sure to find the right innovative solution to address these problems. I mean, very pertinent question which most of you as CIOs or CISOs in this room who think about how to successfully mobilize your business, how you're able to secure everything, how you'll be able to enable the end user self-service, how you're able to assure the performance, how you're able to keep the content in sync. All of these combined with some of the factors like managing your telecom expenses, how to get the report on and analyzing your mobile endpoints is all the challenges which any CXO faces today, which needs to be addressed. I mean, the bigger factor attached to this is that how all of these will be able to get integrated with the existing IT. What you have existing, you're able to build something on top of that. Not sort of, it's not like every technology, everything is coming month on month, year on year, just throw away the old one and get the new one. But here, the challenge is how to be able to integrate with what you have already. So I'm just throwing some of these pointers that Amir and I discussed just before this session so that we have some thought-provoking points as we start the panel. Now, doing justice to my CA hat, a little bit about what we do as CA Technologies, and we are one of the world's leader in enterprise IT management, and we focus on delivering business outcomes across the entire business services lifecycle. Customers like to work with CA because they see us working across multi-domain, end-to-end multi-technology platforms, and we are system agnostic. What you will find is that we completed over 35 years globally, and India we have been existing for over 15 plus years with a global revenue of close to $5 billion and strong profits. One thing I also want to talk about in India is that India is a very, very focused area for CA Technologies. We are here, and we are here for long term. We have over 2,000 people in India, which includes one of the largest R&D and development labs, which is in Hyderabad, which services the globe, including India. So we are here, and I mean, some of you are visiting the lab next week. We are showcasing our global technology solutions there. So we look forward to hosting you all there. Our strategy has been both organic and inorganic. We have acquired focused companies, ITKO, which was one of the leaders in virtualized testing, is part of CA now. Its product Lisa is one of the leading products across the globe, which can give you over 70% ROI in the first 6 months itself. Arcot is very famous product and an acquisition which excels in two-factor authentication. 3Tera, which is an award-winning company for the product called AppLogic, which is in the cloud space. It is one of the fastest products which is for plug and play. And so on. I mean, there are other names as well, Layer 7 being the latest one on the application program interface security. What I wanted to talk here is that we have a very powerful end-to-end management portfolio, and we are able to leverage this common platform, whether it is mainframe, distributed, virtual, cloud, or EMM, to provide a unified service view and a solution offering to the market. As a partner, very quickly, we work with 10 out of 10 global tier 1 service partners. You name them, we work with them. We work with 10 out of 10 global internet service providers in North America. Global top 5 on 5 CSPs, we work with them. Banks, financial services organizations, federal agencies, pharmaceutical companies, we are there. We are ranked as global #1 IT management software vendor by the revenue. Some track record and credibility of some of the global clients focused on the CSP side. We work with. It's an exhaustive list. There are just few we have put in here. Manoj is here from Ericsson. We work very closely with Ericsson globally. We have got friends from Airtel. We work with Airtel globally. We work with Systema. There's a team from MTS here. We work with Systema globally as well. 3 business imperatives, which are the challenges of each of you as CXOs in this room, and how CA, as we have aligned each of these to our ecosystem to make sure that we work hand in hand, how we will be able to create new revenue sources. So when we launch new product offerings like MDM or Enterprise Management Mobility, it helps to work with you how we can together generate more revenue in the ecosystem. What you already have, how we can improve upon and excel on those services. And finally, the most important driver is the end user customer experience, how we can enable a sticky customer experience. Our strategy for the MDM is very simple. It is 2-step process for leadership. The first one, that we would offer an industry-leading EMM to solve today's mobility challenges. In fact, we have a good amount of representation here from CA Technologies in this room, and you all will get a chance to speak with each one of them during the course of the session and during the networking reception. We have one gentleman here who has specially flown in from the US for this session, Prabhu Nagi, who is SVP for the Global Mobility Platform business for CA. And when I was talking to him this morning, I was saying that, Nagi, I think we are a little late in this market. But he said that, Tarun, this is just the beginning. I mean, what we do, we wanted to launch the right thing. So we, instead of just coming out with a simple MDM solution, we've come out with a whole suite of enterprise mobility management solution set, which is not just MDM, but with just one license, you can cover mobile, content, data, email, all of it together. So we'll talk about it as we progress. And I think we would like to, the way CA has been working in the past and now, is that we want to build a differentiation through focus on solving tomorrow's problem today. So we think beyond. I just spoke about it. We have launched recently at CA World in Las Vegas, early part of this year, our solution on enterprise mobility management, which is a comprehensive solution for device, apps, email, and content, which is very unique what we have offered in the market. They all are available standalone as well. So in case you say that we are already using X MDM solution, but we have a major challenge on MEM, here you go. It can sit on that. It's agnostic of what you're using currently. So we'll have Nagi talk a little bit more on that. And I think something which is very fascinating is that on MDM, we can go unmanaged to managed in just 90 seconds. I mean, amazing. It's so simple. In fact, Nagi has a full live demo on his iPad, which we can see once we close the panel. One of the points which came up in Mumbai was about the integration, and that's why I put this slide up here, saying that whether across the portfolios of CA, you'll be able to find that we are integrated. So MDM solution can integrate with our identity access management solution, whether it's on the client side, on the security side, across the piece, we are completely integrated. This is one big differentiator that we become your single point of contact as a technology solution provider. Yeah. And finally, I mean, the bottom line is the market is huge, it's growing fast. We are here to partner with you to see how we can help you solve your immediate internal challenge and then jointly go to market along with you to make sure that we are able to jointly succeed. I mean, with having the best-in-class security portfolio, combining that with best-in-class analytics, combining with the management portfolio and the market-leading EMM, we are the solution for you as CA Mobility, which is the #1 mobility solution available today on this planet. So, I mean, with that, I just want to open the floor and hand it back to Amir. Let's walk the talk, MDM. Thank you very much.
Check. Excellent. Thank you, Tarun. If you could also join us, I'd like to call on stage Mr. Divyendu Bhatt from Uninor. Mr. Bhatt, if you could join us here, please. Mr. Manoj Davani from Ericsson. Mr. Davani, could we have you join us here, please? And Mr. Pankaj Prasad from Bharti. Thank you so much. Thank you once again. Thank you. Yes. And the purpose of why we're doing this is really twofold. From Bloomberg TV India's perspective, it's really to understand what's around the corner. I mean, from the media perspective, we just get sometimes a bird's eye view of where the technologies are headed. But you're the gentlemen and ladies who are actually out there holding the wrenches in your hand and actually designing the entire machinery. So for us, it just helps us understand where do you see this going ahead rather than just from a media perspective. From a CA perspective, from my conversations with Tarun, it's to really broaden the net and understand how better can this be fine-tuned and expanded to accommodate a diverse array of sectors and also to ensure that it grows far beyond just from being a platform to manage your company's devices to something which can help you further your business. So there's really two perspectives to the conversation here today. We should be having a chat for about 40 minutes, but this is going to be less of a question answer session and more of a talk. And I'd like to invite the audience as well to add into this conversation because we're looking for takeaways, and those takeaways need not necessarily come from a question that I ask. It could be a rebuttal to what I'm trying to say as well. I'm also a huge proponent for the devil's advocate kind of thinking. So before we start speaking about MDM, I'd like to ask you, gentlemen, what are the biggest pain points that you have with MDM right now so that we can understand where to focus really the efforts to in order to help better design what should be going forward?
I think I should be the last one to answer this because I think it's best that the operators do it. But my pain point would be that while it's a great tool to control, is what the big perception is. We feel that it's a great tool to generate revenue.
Right.
And the pain point currently, if you call it, I would rather term it as a challenge, is that the perception of MDM as a security solution is much more deeper than MDM as a potential revenue opportunity.
Okay.
So we want to go behind it and get this perception cleared out so that in the next coming years, all those 450 billion transactions will generate revenue for this sector.
Okay.
Yeah.
You have a mic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So what I'm saying that the problem, the challenges we are facing as an operator, that MDM solution is not getting to all platform, or I should say the cross platform. So some MDM partners say, a company says that, okay, I support Android, I support iOS, but since you are giving an opportunity kind of BYOD to employees, bring your own device, buy whatever device you like, then we need to have an MDM solution which can cater across platform, be it iOS, be it Android, be it version 2.0, 4.1, so across version, across platform. So that is the major challenge in the MDM industry as of now we have been facing. Not a single solution which is catering across device, be it BlackBerry, iOS, Android, Windows. So some MDM will cater to Android, some iOS. So we will not have single unique MDM service which can cater across, and that is the major challenge.
And it's going to become a bigger challenge because there are more OSs coming about.
Yeah, because we are into this one. We are talking to our existing customer. We have more than 2,600 enterprise customers. So wherever you go, when you talk about MDM, they are asking, boss, I need a single solution.
Okay.
I don't want multiple MDM which is catering to Android, then iOS, then Windows. I want one application which is catering.
Pankaj, you're uniquely poised when you say that you have access to 2,600 enterprise customers, and one of their biggest pain points is the fact that you give me one-stop solution. But apart from this, what are their other pain points that they constantly come to you when it comes to MDM?
So when we discuss with our customer, they want to mobilize their application on mobile. However, they do not want to compromise on the data security.
Okay.
Let's, for example, if it is a BFSI company, BFSI sector, or BFSI organization, and there are a lot of financial data lying on the on mobile, right?
Yeah.
So if you mobilize everything, internal application or like financial application to their devices, then there is a security threat, right? I can forward, I can take a copy paste, I can actually put in the my laptop, or I can forward it in. So that threat is still there. So still as of now, we have not seen full confidence within enterprises that they can go with the BORD or MDM solution. So still this market is yet to be mature enough to get into a BORD or MDM fully solution. So
I again see a resonation of the perception that you talked about. I'll make that into a broader discussion. You can do?
So in my view, right now the biggest challenge is we should have something which is kind of a holistic solution, because these days we have malwares, we have application security challenges, and we have something called profiling challenge, that is access control challenges. And then once we let's say if the solution is able to take care of all these things, then we have other challenges related to compliance and privacy as well. So in my view, I have not come across any solution which takes care of all these things. The special emphasis I would want to put on is privacy, and apart from that the audit and compliance part. Let's say if somebody is coming into my network who came in, and then what he did should be one should be able to find out what he did, and kind of so in terms of audit and trails and all, we should be able to pick those trails. So I have not come across any such solution till date.
Okay, Tarun, I want you to come in and tell me from the problem solver's perspective, what are the biggest, what do clients come to you with?
I think all of the inputs which has come from the service providers and leading NEPs here are all of these inputs for us. Mm-hmm. Because when we as an organization take these as an input, we convert these challenges to opportunities for them, coming back to them. And that's where people like Nagi and his team are able to be thinking about tomorrow, what your current pain points are, what your future pain points would be to do that. But broadly, if you look into it, we can, categorize these three, the kind of things which come in, MDM challenges into three basic parts. The first one, the IT related challenges, which we discussed, CIO or the CISO related challenges. The second one is employees, because employees play a major role on this, because they are the ones who are bringing their own devices.
Right.
Whether they can or they cannot. There are other policies as well. Now, if an employee brings his or her own device, you need to put a lot of security factors onto that. If I use my iPad, I've got Hotmail, Gmail, Yahoo Mail, CA Mail, all configured on that. Now, on some of this, if you can, whether it is Android or this, if you just forward it and just change your email ID,
your reply to email
instead of CA Mail to Gmail, it will be seen as if the email has gone from a Gmail. So, plus also what also happens from employees' perspective, can legally an organization get into their domain or not? They're saying that if it's your own device, how can you stop me of not letting me use my Facebook or Gmail or anything on that? So that's the employees part. So IT employees, and the last one is finance. It affects the finance or CFOs very closely in terms of the expense, telecom expense management. So broadly categorizing all of this into these three areas and then mitigating the pain points on these three areas comes as an outcome in the solution which we address.
I'm very piqued by what Mr. Davne said when he said that there's a question of changing the perception from being it to being a revenue source as well. And I'd want to bring Mr. Nagi and Tarun in on this. As you as solution providers and as telcos who are looking to deploy MDMs with customers, how do they approach this very unique problem?
Yeah. Okay, Nagi, do you want to address this?
I'll just have a mic sent across to you. Just one.
In fact, if you may want to come up front here, Nagi.
The question of perception management to tell people there's much more than what you're just thinking.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right in terms of people thinking this as a cost saving, right? So the employee brings the device, so I save a few $100s in providing the thing. But on the other hand, you are paying for MDM license and managing this thing, which would be probably more than what you would have paid for the device.
And
so you
the
might
cost of security
exactly
is something that the CIO feels, the CFO doesn't feel.
Exactly. So I think the way to look at this is not as a cost saving, but more as the employee productivity improvement. So if you look at some of the studies that they talked about, right? So if you allow, I don't know for what reason, but if you allow people to bring their own devices and you are allowed to do your work on your devices, the employee satisfaction is supposed to go up by 25%, right? So that is a soft benefit that you can never measure. And that is something that MDM allows you to do. So it's one way of saying that, okay, I'm getting benefit of it. The second thing is that think about the situation today. You have your team who is managing your data center. Today, if there is an alert in the night, the only thing that they can do is they have to come into the office or they have to do a VPN or something. Imagine being able to provide applications where the guy who is commuting from by train or bus is able to attend to a problem because he has his mobile device and an application that you deployed on it. And the benefit of that, something that you cannot measure. And I think those are the plus points that you need to look at as a revenue improvement or a productivity improvement more than the saving $200 providing the device.
Fantastic example. I just want to come in here, if you don't mind.
Sure, please.
If you look at now, and very selfishly speaking, from the network equipment provider perspective, let's say someone like us runs almost 280,000 base stations in this country. Yeah, for people like Bharti and Uninor and Systemers and everybody of the world. And I know the pain that comes through when, let us say, a bunch of base stations is down because of a fiber cut somewhere. Yeah, and that fiber cut happens somewhere, let's say, in Bareilly, Adoni, kind of Chikmagalur, or you just
God-forsaken places.
Some places that are not really accessible. These gentlemen